She opens the email and scrolls down, reads it twice, then hits send. She's already set up a call for tomorrow with someone who's been in touch. They've got a good budget. The tone is warm, the language is familiar, and she knows exactly what they're going to ask. But before she can finish her coffee, the client says, "Can you help me understand how we should approach our guide content?" She's not even sure where to begin. She'd been told that guides are important for trust, but no one ever explained how or what to build. So she just throws in a generic tip about local SEO and hopes it helps. That's the mistake everyone makes. They treat guides like another campaign, something to push through quickly and move on from. They think it's a nice to have, not a long-term infrastructure piece. It costs them time, energy, and credibility because their guides don't actually build trust. They just sit there, forgotten or poorly optimized, and get ignored. This is Home Services Marketing, the show about marketing strategies for home service businesses building trust with local customers. I'm Mikey, and today we're talking about guides and educational content as a trust-building channel. So here's the thing that separates good marketers from those who just throw content at the wall. Trust doesn't come from your pitch. It comes from your ability to teach first, not sell. That means guides that actually help people solve problems, not promote services. When a homeowner reads a guide on how to verify a contractor's license, they're not looking for a sale. They're looking for clarity, and when you give it to them, they trust you more. The guide itself doesn't pitch anything. It builds the foundation for trust, which then makes your actual service request feel natural. Here's what that looks like in practice. You start with a list of questions homeowners ask all the time. How do I check if a contractor is licensed? Or what should I ask before hiring someone for electrical work? These are long-tail search terms people type into Google constantly, and they rarely get answered well. So you write a guide that explains each step clearly, not in a way that makes it feel like an ad, not even a soft sell, just facts, structure, clarity. You publish this as part of your website's guide section, not as a landing page for leads. And yes, you do include keywords naturally in the title and body, but not in a way that feels forced. Once you've got that guide published, it starts ranking for those long-tail queries, like how to check if a contractor is insured in California. It continues bringing organic traffic and building trust month after month. And because it's not pushing anything, people actually read it. They come back for more. You don't just write one or two guides either. You build a library, treat it as infrastructure, not a campaign. That means updating it regularly, planning new topics, organizing it in a way that's easy to navigate, and ensuring it fits naturally into your service request flow, like linking from your service pages or including it in newsletters. And when someone reads your guide on how to choose the right electrician, then decides to request a quote, they're already more likely to trust you. You gave them the tools to make their own decision, and now they're ready for you. That's how guides compound in organic search, not through clicks or engagement alone, but because every time someone searches for those long-tail questions, your well-written, updated guide shows up. It stays relevant, useful, and valuable, which means it keeps attracting trust from readers over time. The takeaway? Don't think of guides as campaigns to run once. Think of them as a way to build an authoritative presence that keeps delivering value for years. The right approach starts with a clear topic, a user-focused tone, and no direct pitch, just genuine education. But here's where it goes wrong. People fall into the trap of making guides feel like ads. They try to squeeze in subtle calls to action, or link them too obviously to their service request form. Readers can tell when something isn't actually helpful, and that erodes trust instead of building it. A guide with a hidden agenda loses all credibility. Another mistake is treating guides like one-off events rather than assets. Once they're published, they sit in the background until someone manually checks if they still make sense. But industry standards change, licensing rules evolve. If your guide on how to verify a plumber's license has outdated info, it's not helping. It could be dangerous. Also, don't forget that guides need structure and maintenance. You can't just publish something and call it done. A good guide needs headers, clear sections, mobile optimization, and regular updates. If someone lands on your page and finds it hard to follow or full of broken links, you've lost the trust you worked so hard to earn. And lastly, many marketers ignore how guides fit into the service request flow. A guide that doesn't connect with the next step in a customer's journey is just noise. It needs to be subtly integrated, maybe through navigation, emails, or onboarding steps, so it adds value without feeling pushy. If you're only ever writing a few guides and never planning for growth, you're missing out on one of the biggest opportunities in home service marketing. You're not just publishing content, you're building your brand's reputation and driving long-term organic search traffic. So here's what you take away from this. Build a guide library that teaches first and sells second. Use real, helpful questions as topics. Keep the tone educational, not promotional. Let them sit in your website navigation or emails. Treat each one like infrastructure, not a campaign. And always measure how they're performing so you know whether they're earning trust or losing it. If this one earned its time, the full system is inside the course at learn.mikey.ai. I'm Mikey. Go build the guide that builds trust.